Let's Nightfall, episode 25, and this week's Nightfall is the Summoning Pits. It's a super duper easy solo this week. The modifiers are Epic, Berserk, Small Arms, Chafe, and Fresh Troops. Like I said, super duper easy this week, so maybe if you're under light or maybe you don't have the best guns and you've been holding off, get in here, because it's a super duper easy solo. For this first little room, you can run past these guys if you want to. You're going to have some Fallen fighting some Hive. Nothing too hard, nothing too overwhelming. You do have the major wizard at the end of the room, but not too difficult. A rocket or two and then finishing off with your primary. As Small Arms is on, your primary is going to absolutely melt. So as far as setups go, I would just use whatever primary you want to use, whatever your favorite one is. As far as secondary goes, I would go with a Sniper as always, and then heavy, I have Galahorn on. Personally would go with Galahorn this week just to help with ad control, but maybe you got a exotic primary from Crota or Vogue and you want to use that, then by all means, use that. As far as subclasses go, Hunters, Warlocks, and Titans, I would rock something offensive. If you are under light though, I would maybe switch to Bubble, Titans, or Self-Res Warlocks just in case you get into trouble, but definitely not needed. Though if you are under light, it might be a safer bet to rock a defensive super over a offensive super. So same thing, every single time you get the strike in this room, you're going to have to take out 3 waves of ads. And for this first wave, you're going to have some Thrall, you're going to have some Taken Thrall, and you're going to have 2 Wizards. Because it's not the Fallen Siva version, you don't have those turrets in the hallway behind me. So if you want to fall all the way back and kill enemies from all the way back there, then you can. If you get into trouble, fall all the way back into that hallway. Ads are not going to follow you back there. You might have a Thrall sporadically, maybe every once in a blue moon, follow you back there, but other than that, they're all going to stop pretty much at the staircase that's right in front of me. They'll come down a little bit if you kind of aggro them, but other than that, they're not going to really push up on you. So if you are in trouble, again, just fall back. So for this first wave, you're just going to have some Thrall, some Curse Thrall. You don't have your radar on, so make sure not to be locked down sights too long, be popping in and out, just so you're aware of your surroundings. And the Cursed Thrall make a ton of noise, so you can hear them coming from a mile away. The biggest pain of the first wave is definitely these wizards. So if you have some rockets, Galahorn, you will be able to melt really, really quickly. You can also use a Solar Sniper to get their shield down and then finish them off with your primary. Again, Small Arms is on, so your primary is going to absolutely melt. And you can just use your super as well. So you'll see here, so you see how the wizards, they kind of just stop. The ads will stop around that staircase. Also, if you're in the position I am now, as I almost kill myself, be aware of the little hive traps. They will come back, I don't know, probably every 15 to 20 seconds. And as you see, I got trapped right there. Thankfully, I was in my super and could just do one little hammer to get out of it. But just be aware of that. If you are fighting enemies, you will have these little hive traps, one right in front of me right there, and then one behind me in the doorway leading back out to that major hallway. So just be aware of that you don't trap yourself. You know, you're super duper low health and then an Acolyte or something picks you off. For the second wave, you're going to have Acolytes and you're going to have some Boomer Knights. Again, if you want to fall all the way back into that hallway and kill ads from back there, then fall all the way back into that hallway. I just went back to pop a pack. And for this second wave, you're only going to have a few Boomers, but you are going to have a gazillion Acolytes. So float some rockets, use your super. Again, your primary is going to be melting everything. These ads will not really push up on you. They're going to stay kind of near the back end of this room where these Acolytes are now. You see they'll kind of push out to the right, and that's about as far as they're going to get to you. There's a wizard that's still left over from the first wave, so be aware of that. If you don't take out both wizards from that first wave, they are going to hang around. But you see where the Acolytes are. For the second wave, they kind of just hang out in that area. That's as far as they're going to pretty much push up, unless you move up and aggro and they kind of follow you back down to where I'm at now. But you're not going to really have to worry about that, guys. Use your cover. As you see, it's easy. You're just sitting back, killing stuff from distance. They're not going to push up on you. It's nothing too overwhelming or overpowerful. I'm going to do a little fast forward here. You're not missing anything. Just clearing out the last couple ads of Wave 2. Okay, Wave 3 is coming in, and for Wave 3, you're going to have 2 Ogres, and you're going to have a Ultra Wizard that you need to take out. Try to have some heavy ammo available. I don't even want to pronounce that name. Uxrama? Dude, I have no idea. Something I'm butchering, of course. So after you take out the Wizard and these 2 Ogres, the third wave will be clear and you will be able to move on. Make sure to pick up some ammo, as there should be quite a bit of it scattered around the room from all the ads you've killed before moving on to the next area. This next area is another place that you can run past, But I would suggest just spending the 20 to 30 seconds to clear out these ads just to build up your score a little bit, especially those that are still on the hunt for Icebreaker. You're going to have some Fallen fighting Hive again. So if you're super duper low light and maybe you don't even care about time and getting your gold tier, you can just hang back because these ads are going to fight each other. They're going to dwindle each other down. If you are going to run through this room, sneak up the left-hand side. There's going to be a couple acolytes on that path. Take them out and then just slip past the ogre. If not, just do what I did. Take everything out from super duper deep. Don't put yourself in any dangerous situation. Like I say in every video, take everything out from as far away as possible. I'm going to do a super duper fast forward here. You're not missing anything. Just going to pop this heavy box and away we go to the next area. For this next area, you're going to have a bunch of acolytes on the ground, which you can see right there. And you're also going to have two wizards. You're going to have one to my left up on the second level, and you're going to have one on the ground with those acolytes. So there's the one up to your left. You're going to have a ton of acolytes, and you're also going to have the wizard on the ground. Along with this wizard, you are going to have a major sword knight that will push up on you. There he is right there. But with rockets, your grenades, super, and small arms on, you're going to absolutely melt everything, so you don't have to really worry about that major sword bearer. He's really not that big of a pain. After you take out the acolytes and the wizards, around this time you will have some thrall spawn. They come with the sword knight, but sometimes they take a little bit longer to get over there. The thrall and the sword knight, those will be the only ads that will push up on you in this area. Everything else will stay at bay. As you see, the wizard and acolytes, they're just hanging back. They will not push up on you. Once you dwindle down the ads, feel free to move up. Probably have a few acolytes, stragglers left, and then you're going to have some boomers. You will have a couple thrall, like I said, with that kind of spawn. These thrall spawn with the sword knight. Sometimes they're super delayed. As you see, they're really, really delayed. Be careful of these boomers. You'll have one up on the little catwalk that I'm shooting right now. You will have one on the ground, which you saw me shooting a second ago. And then as you move up, you will have one on your right. So be careful of them, as they can be dangerous because all these hive traps around, if you're not paying attention, you can get stuck in a hive trap. Then the boomers, they can wreck you fairly quickly. So just move up slowly, trying to look for that boomer. There he is right now, that boomer on the ground. He's just hanging out there around the corner. And there's the one on the right steps, as none of my bullets are doing damage on that guy. So I'm going to take out the one on the right steps. Again, be careful of these hive traps, because if you do get trapped in them, the boomers can spam their shot and you can die pretty quickly. After you do take out these boomers, move up some more. You will have some straggling acolytes that are underneath the platform. So the platform where I killed that boomer that was up top. So there's the acolytes there. You'll also have a couple acolytes up top as well. Once you do push up around this area, you should hear some thrall and some cursed thrall. They will spawn out of where you used to go during the summoning pit strike, which they have blocked off now. They will come from that area. As you see, they're coming up the steps behind me. I'm going to turn around real quick so I don't get wrecked. Be a couple acolytes, be a cursed thrall. Again, nothing too overwhelming. After you clear out this upper platform, you get rid of the thrall and the cursed thrall. Then turn your attention towards where the hive ships are. You're going to have a couple wizards, some acolytes, and some knights. Again, you can take these guys out from super duper deep. No point in pushing up on them. I'm going to do another super duper fast forward here, guys, just so you don't have to watch me snipe. Again, take everything out from super deep. Once you do take out the enemies, then hop on the tomb ship. Once you hop on the tomb ship, you hear the ad spawn, then immediately bail and fall back. The last thing you want to do is get yourself killed there, because then you'll have to redo this little area that we just got done doing. So just fall back, take out these wizards, and then wait to ride the tomb ships when they respawn. I'm going to do a super duper fast forward here. So after you take out those ads, then feel free to hop on the tomb ships when they do respawn. So same thing we're doing every time with this strike. We're going to go up to the right hand corner. If this game loves you, you'll get this little heavy ammo box to spawn there. So you can unload your Gallahorn or whatever you're using. Then you can refill up, and then we can head up to the right spot. Be careful, as you will have thrall converging on you, as I almost die there. And you do have these boomers raining down shots. You can get melted fairly quickly. So we're just doing the same thing we always do. We're going to come up to this right hand corner. It's a little safe spot, though the boomers can be a pain if they see you. So once you're up here, first things first, guys, clear out the boomers. You're always going to have 4 of them when they do spawn in. You're going to have the guy straight across from you, the guy I'm shooting right now. You will have 2 to your direct left. Here's one right here. So the 2 that are up on this platform area with you, one of them will push up on you sometimes like that, but if you throw a grenade a lot of the time, he will just backpedal away. Now, the dangerous boomer, he's at a diagonal, so you'll have one straight across from you, two to your direct left, and you'll have that guy right there at the diagonal. Now, that's the dangerous guy, especially if you forget about him. And here's the other knight from this up top platform. He doesn't normally push up on you like this, so I've never had this happen where both of them push up on you. Normally, he sits back at the opposite end of this upper platform, and then the other guy that you saw me kill first, he pushes up on you. So I've never had that happen before, which is kind of funny. So just make sure you take out the knights. Once you do take out the boomers, then feel free to go get some ammo. There's a ton of hive traps up here, so just be careful about that, as when new ads spawn in, the last thing you want to do is get trapped, and then you have these boomers just raining down on you. You have some thrall. You can die very quickly if you can't get out of the traps. So once you do clear out the ads, though, feel free to move around. If you want to go grab some ammo, then go grab some ammo, especially in the later rounds once you take out the boomers and everybody that's kind of the dangerous enemies. So here we go. We're going to do some damage on Phogoth. And once you break his chains, then fall back to the main spot, as he will pretty much follow you, and he will come to you and he'll become in your sight line. So just fall back here, and then that way if ads do spawn, and when they do, you'll already be back in the spot. Again, with small arms on, guys, just use your primary. You're going to do a ton of damage to the boss and any of the ads. You can save your sniper for the boomers if you want, and you can save your rockets as well. You can just float Gallahorn at the boss too. So here we go. Some more ads are spawning, some thrall. I'm on the lookout to see if any of the boomers are spawning. They're not spawning quite yet, but they should be out soon. I'm going to do some more damage on the boss and just keep my eye open, watching that right-hand door all the way across the room to see if any boomers are spawning yet. So some thrall are spawning, so that's telling me boomers should be inbound here. Still not seen them, so I'm going to go back to doing damage. And here he is, teleporting in. So they will do that sometimes, the guy that normally pushes up on you. And there they go. Here's the second wave of boomers, so focus on them again. Take out the one across from you. Take out this one that's close to you that's going to push up. Then we're going to mosey on out. We're going to creep on out, and we're going to take the one out at a diagonal. So just mosey on out. You can do some damage on Phogoth if you want, which I'm going to do a little bit more damage here because the boomer hasn't really taken notice. But when taking out this diagonal guy, just creep on out. Don't run all the way out there so you're out behind cover. Just creep on out. Okay, so we got 3 of the 4 boomers down. I know I still have 1 boomer to my far left, but again, I'm not really worried about that guy unless he comes all the way over and pushes up on me, which normally doesn't happen. He'll just stay to the way left. We'll do a little fast forward here. You're not missing anything, just doing damage on the boss. So at around half health, maybe a little bit more, like 55%, you're going to have a hive ship come in. They're just going to drop off some acolytes, another boomer. Focus on the boomer because he can be dangerous if he stays in his spot. So you see how he's just spamming that shot right there and he can hit you. If he stays in that spot, and a lot of times he does, so take some time to take him out. Just use your primary. You're going to melt him. A lot of times he'll just run up the steps and you don't have to worry about him. But I like to take him out regardless, just in case. Doing another super duper fast forward here, guys. You're not missing anything. Just doing damage on boss. Then I'm popping a heavy pack to unload some rockets on him, waiting for the next wave of ads to spawn in. Now, after you do take him down below half health, probably about 45% left, you will have Shrieker spawn, but you don't really have to worry about that because from this spot, you'll be able to shoot Phogoth from behind cover to where the Shrieker cannot see you. But if you do push out far enough, the Shrieker will be able to see you and will be able to shoot you. So as you see, the Shrieker is way farther to the left. As I see if I can get you a glimpse of it as Phogoth is blasting, so I don't want to move forward. There it is right there. So you see, it can shoot you, as it can kind of hit me right now, but you have this wall to your left that's going to be giving you cover, and you don't really have to sneak out very far to do damage on the boss. As you see, he'll come to you. So that Shrieker really isn't that big of a deal, so don't worry about it, and don't take it out. Just leave it alone. Do not waste any of your ammo. Last thing you want to do is take it out, and then you have the little Shrieker balls come over here and absolutely destroy you. So make sure that you leave that alone. The only enemies that you should be focused on are the boomers. Nothing on the ground. You will have a thrall or two like you saw push up on you in this spot. Only focus on the ads that are really going to be a big pain. So that means the boomer right across from you, the boomer that will push up on you, and the diagonal boomer. More than likely, 99.9% of the time, though you did see the second boomer on this ledge that I'm on push up on me, he stays all the way at the other end of this platform. You see the diagonal boomer? He's the really, really dangerous one, as he just like feels your presence and will start lobbing these Hail Mary shots. And you saw like 2 shots took me to half health. So the boomers, even at 400 light, they do a lot of damage. He's the most dangerous boomer. So if you do have to sneak out like I just did and take him out, then take him out. I just decided to float a rocket so I wasn't hanging out there too long to get hit by the Shrieker. So here we go. The boss is at a sliver. He's almost dead and we're going to finish him off. As far as primaries go, I know earlier in the video I said to just use whatever you want to use. For the boss fight, I would suggest switching to a scout rifle because you see, you are shooting him from super duper deep. So depending on what you were using beforehand, I would switch to a scout rifle for the boss fight. So there we go. We've done it. You've done it. Very, very easy this week. So get in here if you're under light. We can fast forward the rewards here. Hopefully this video was helpful and hopefully it helps you get it done this week. Let's see what we get. Don't need it, but hey, it's better than strange coins. Have a good one, guys. See ya.